Hello everyone. My name is Nicole Kuzukondo from Rwanda, and it's my pleasure to be the moderator today in the Communities Will Connect, which has the term Being Internet Smart. We all know that in today's world, the technology is increasing and it is in such a way that children are also getting access to technology and starting using. And it is in that way that children are also getting access to Smart, we are going to be with different panelists that are going to help how the children can use the social medias effectively or any other platforms that require the internet, and some of the tips that parents should be using while directing their students or their children as well to use the internet. So we will be with Treasure, who will talk about the parental control and monitoring options, and we will be with James, who will talk about will tell us parents can control the and monitor the options of children using the internet. So, Treasure, you're welcome. We can proceed with James, who will tell us about raising digital citizens in undeserved communities. There are some communities that are meant to be uncivilized or like they don't have enough access to technologies, and they, of course, don't have even much information on how to use technology. So James is going to be telling us how the digital stuffs are going to be rising in the citizens of such problem and connecting it to the parental tips that will help them manage their children as well. So James, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you. It's nice meeting you. My name is James Patrick, and I'm here to take you on the topic raising digital citizens in underserved communities. So there are two words here that we need to analyze: digital and underserved. digital and underserved. When we say digital, we simply means anything relating to computers, anything relating to the internet. That's what digital means. So when you hear the word digital, don't be confused. It's just anything in particular that talks about computers, that talks about the internet. That is what digital means. Then the second word here is underserved. When you hear the word underserved, just replace the word underserved with rural communities. When you hear the word underserved communities, it simply means rural communities. So raising digital citizens in rural communities, you can just change the topic also to mean raising computer literate citizens in our rural communities. So that is just the definition, and I hope it's very very clear. So raising digital citizens in underserved communities. How can we raise digital citizens in underserved communities? It's very simple. The education starts from the classroom, and raising digital literacy or raising digital citizen must also start from the classroom. So every development, every society has ever experienced starts from the classroom. So it is from the classroom the knowledge, digital literacy will spread to other places. So the starting point for digital literacy in underserved community must be in the classroom. So and all hands must be on deck to make sure that digital literacy starts from the classroom. It is the work of each and every one of us to ensure that the classroom is the starting point for digital literacy. And I give you my example. I taught in a rural community, in an underserved community, where my kids, they got to see a laptop. They saw a laptop for the first time. They saw a laptop for the first time when I was posted there to teach them. They have not seen a laptop before. They've not touched a laptop before. They've not had the opportunity to operate a laptop before I came. So I went there to raise digital citizens in that underserved community. I went there as an individual. I went there as I was being paid to teach other subjects, but I saw digital literacy as what is necessary in the 21st century, and I took it upon myself to use my spare period to teach them digital what literacy because they are underserved communities. So I believe raising digital literacy in underserved community, it's your own job. It's my job. The job is not for government. We can't leave the work for the job for the government. You have to play your part. I have to play my part to make sure that rural communities enjoy digital literacy. Rural communities are able to be what to be equipped with digital what knowledge so that they will not be left out in the 21st century. And when I was teaching them digital literacy, how to operate a computer, how to operate a tab, how to use an Android phone, I also taught them a very, very important tool, which is the tools for safety use of internet. It's very, very important. Don't forget our definition. Our definition about digital means anything relating to computer or the internet. So I taught them the safety tools. You don't just go into the internet just like that. There are safety tools that you need to apply when going to the internet. As youth of this generation, as the Gen Zs of this generation, the internet is very, very sweet. Digital literacy is very, very good. But just like in every field, there are rules, there are guiding rules that you need to follow to be able to use it to your own benefit, not to your own detriment. And one of the rules of the safety use of internet is number one. Number one, please don't forget. You can pick your pen and write. If you have time, you not really have time to remember. Number one, don't post anything you wouldn't want your parents to see in the internet. Don't post or view anything that you will not be comfortable viewing with your parents. Don't post anything that you don't want your parents to read in the internet. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. Then number two, always think twice before you post anything, read anything, or watch anything on the internet. Always think twice. Always think twice. Ask yourself questions. Search your conscience before going into opening any link, any page on the internet. Is this worthy for my consumption? What is this clicking this is going to add to my life? Is it going to further my education? Is it going to expand my horizon? That's you need to be very, very, you need to ask yourself this question. So think twice before going into watching anything on the internet, before clicking any link on the internet, think twice before doing that. Number three, keep your top secret off the internet. Family issues are not meant for the internet. As young ones that are being equipped with digital literacy, you need to know that your family issues should be settled in your family, not in the internet. Not in the internet. I was discussing with somebody recently. I told him that talent is different from intelligence. There are a lot of our celebrities that are talented, but I am sorry to say most of them are not that intelligent. Because an intelligent person will be able to use the internet. You don't bring your family issues to the internet. You don't do that. Family issues are meant to be resolved among family members. So your top secret you should not bring your top secret to internet. It's very, very, very detrimental. It might not hurt you now, it will hurt you later. And finally, remember the internet does not forget. Anything you post today, the internet does not forget. It will remind you. It will remind you. It will remind you. So whenever you are posting anything, your internet, eh, it stores and restores everything that you post. So it's very, very important that you put this at the back of your mind when using the internet. Don't post things that you regret later. Don't view things that you regret later. And don't use the internet in a way that would detrimental to you. So I believe if you follow these points, if you follow these few points of mine, you can use your internet safely, and you will enjoy using the internet to your own advantage. Don't forget also, the internet is to be used to your own advantage, not to your own detriment. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm grateful, and I look forward to you using the internet successfully. Thank you, and God bless you. Over to you, Nicole. Over to
Very
you,
much,
Nicole.
James,
I'm
for
done. Thank
giving
you.
us the 3 points that we have to follow in order to use effectively the internet. And thank you very much for reminding us that the internet is used for our own good or our own benefits. So it is in that way that we are all called to use the internet in the proper way for our own benefits and for the benefits of everyone around us. Using effectively the internet requires many things, and also it requires people to have information on how to use the internet. So this needs also raising the digital citizens. This means like raising a number of people who have information about the internet and as well like know how to use it. So I'm calling Samuel also from Rwanda who is going to help us understand how to promote responsible and ethical online behaviors by also raising digital citizens. You're welcome, Sam.
Uh, hello guys. I hope you're doing all right. Thank you for giving me this such a great opportunity to present to you a topic called Raising Digital Citizens, Promoting Responsible and Ethical Online Behaviors. First of all, there are people that go online just for the sake of getting information. Don't know what they're looking forward to. They don't know who they are, and then they don't know what the protocol they should follow. As you all know, technology and internet has changed the way we live, work, and communicate. The internet provides us with the health information, but it also opens up opportunities for individuals to engage in ethical and potential harmful behaviors. And guess what those behaviors are? It is essential that we educate and empower children as well as ourselves to be responsible and ethical citizens in this digital era, because otherwise we find ourselves being harmed by the internet, not even being benefited from the internet. And then it is in this arena, I would like to share with you different tips on how we can define a citizen, a digital citizen actually. First, let's define what it does a digital citizen mean. Digital citizen is someone who uses technology and internet in responsible and ethical manner. That is all called a digital citizen. It's just using internet. It's just using the different search engines like Google search and others to get some information. We call him or her a digital citizen. With much constellation of others, wider community online, being responsible as a digital citizen requires you to understand and follow the online behaviors as we are in the physical world, because there are certain behaviors you have to first of all understand and comprehend in the first place. And then there are some principles for responsible and ethical online behavior. They are those behaviors you should embody in yourself. And then those behaviors, for example, should be like tending to become a serious and emotional distress. If you're not actually controlling what you are giving out and what you are searching on search engine, you might find yourself having serious emotional distress. In this arena, you find yourself calling it actually cyberbullying, because it's something that is going to affect you, and then you feel like at times someone asks you to go online and search something, you feel not very stable. You feel kind of distressed in one way or the other. But it's essential that you know what are your rights before you do sign in. What are your rights? What are the information you're going to share being used for? Some of us just go and drop there the emails, but we don't know what the emails are going to be used for. It's in search arena. We want you to understand what are your behaviors, what are the ethical behaviors you should have online. Those ethical behaviors are going to guide you, even if you are not in a physical world, but you're also interacting with so many people around the globe. Actually, I would call it there are so many that you interact with in your normal day. Imagine you are meeting only 20 people a day, but online you can meet thousands of people. And those thousand of people are from different diversity, are they from different countries. And then if they are from different countries, who do you know they are intending to use your information in what cases? So you have to ask yourself, so how am I going to share my information? Is my privacy being respected in one way or the other, or is just being misused in one way or the other? Is the question you have to ask yourself. It is important to note that some online behaviors can lead to the real life consequences. You might ask yourself, what are you going to try to mean here? There are some real life consequences that come out of online. You just go online, you find someone and they just taste hi. Hi, someone, how are you doing? And yeah, they respond, it's fine. But afterwards, you ask yourself, so if someone really asked me, how am I doing? So, and then I responded, did I give my own information, or did I give the right information that I should be putting in here? And then at times you find that you put there the sensitive information for you, you're going to find yourself even coming it back to you. Let's say, let me just give you an example. There are different apps that require you to sign up using your email, using your mobile phones, using your country address. And then someone can track it up and then get to lob you different things, get to lob you information. Someone can just send you money and then you're like, I connect my account to this platform, and then someone just get it abruptly without knowing it. That means it is going to also affect your behavior, your real life consequences. First of all, you lost your money, so you're going to become poor. So it's going also to affect your real life consequences. So what can we do to promote responsible and ethical online behaviors? This is the salient question you have to ask yourselves. First of all, it's crucial that we educate ourselves, our children, the principles of digital citizen and safe online behaviors. I told you, be cautious before you sign into something. Be cautious before you sign up to something. Are the information going to be used for which ways? You have to understand all the ways. There are different policies. There are different strategies that are put there. They say we are going to use this information for these things, and things. And then you get to understand it, not just signing up, not just putting their information. Because otherwise, you will find yourself not following the principles that are guiding people online. That's it. In addition, it is important that we lead by example. There are so many people here in the family that don't actually know how they should educate their children about the internet. Like for us who are mature, we might be really educated enough to know that I'm going to put this information here, I'm just going to put this information here and there. But eventually, are you also educating your children how to use properly the internet? Are you educating your children how to use their own credentials online? Are you educating them? It's also a question you have to ask yourself. If you are young, if you have a child, if you have your neighbor, if you have a sister, if you have a brother, you have to ask yourself this question. If the person is young and then he's just going to internet and search things, put there the sensitive information for your family, for things like that, they might eventually also affect you. It's something you have to be mindful about. And at times we share information online, we should be able to protect ourselves from sharing personal information, because otherwise we'll be there just facing cyberbullying, and then we are there to actually prevent the cyberbullying in one way or the other. So that's what can be done by a responsible citizen in this century. Otherwise, we'll be just there, seeing our information everywhere, not knowing how it got there. Imagine if you are young, like there are these kids who are like 12 or 13 years, and then when you go to internet and then search their names, you find there so much of their information which they haven't even thought about while just inserting them there. Because of what? They're not responsible of what they are giving out to the to the internet, and then it can be accessed by everyone. In a nutshell, it is essential that we have open and honest discussion with our children, with ourselves, about online behaviors. We have to know that online behaviors are much more salient in this century than actually the physical behaviors that we use when we meet people in face to face. This can also encourage people and even the citizen and the children of ours to think critically before they do take action to share their sensitive personal information on different platforms, on different social medias. So I would wind up from here. Raising digital citizens require a collective effort. It's not something that can be attained by me, by we as community will connect only, or by just organizing events like this one. It's a collective effort that are going to be put together by educating ourselves on how we're going to use the internet and the behaviors we should put in place, the protocols, the principles, the ethical behaviors we should follow, and then also leading by example, by showing people that we are so responsible of the information you are sharing. If your sister, if your brother, if your parents see you being more curious about the information you're going to share, they're also going to take it so serious at times they're going to share information on internet. If we don't look wisely, internet will end up being the worst to us instead of being of good to us. So thank you so much for having me. We should raise digital citizens by using all required efforts to make sure they are educated enough to behave in ethical and responsible manner that prevent them from any harm online. Thank you so much for your attention. I appreciate it. It was my pleasure to talk to you about raising this generation into being aware of the ethical and their behavior online. Thank you so much, Nicole. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Sam, for the great presentation that you made. Thank you for explaining more about who a digital citizen is and how we can achieve that. And thank you very much for highlighting some of the online behaviors that will help us to like effectively use and manage the internet. It might be the use of social medias and the use of other platforms. And thank you very much for reminding us that it is our responsibility to tackle the problems that are in the use of digital technologies and friendly with the internet, but we should highly tackle how children should effectively use the internet, and of course, children should not So thank you very much, all of you, for your nice presentations, and thank you for the one that watched the presentations of the three speakers. So I'd like to know if there aren't some questions or the comments about what the presenters said, so that they can answer. Thank you very much. You can address your question so that the speakers can be able to answer to the questions that may arise. Thank you. Okay, I can see that so far there isn't anyone asking, either raising hand or by the chat. So we can go ahead with the next speaker, who is Treasure. Treasure is going to be introducing us to the parental control and monitoring options. So I kept on saying how the digital things have been rising and have been developed and have been adopted by different people. So it can be a problem to the children while they don't use effectively, like the internet and the social media platforms and so on. So Treasure is going to be explaining deeply to us how parents should get into control of the use of internet by their children so as to get some tips and some of the monitoring options that can be used by the parents to safeguard their children while they're using the internet. So Treasure is welcome.
In order to monitor a child's social media activity, parents can create their own account and regularly check their child's page and activities. They can also request access to their child's password to have full visibility. Additionally, setting time limits for internet usage and viewing browsing history and communication can help protect them from potential predators. To be at a safer side, some parents might only allow their children to access to the internet in their presence, thereby educating them on online safety. Parents can create a strong relationship if they teach their children on how to be safe online. So whenever they encounter any issue while using the internet, their children can turn to them for any advice. So with all these measures, I strongly believe internet.
Hello, everyone. It's nice being here again. I think network isn't friendly. Um, okay, my name is Splendor, and it's really, really nice being here with you all. So I'll be taking you all on the next section, safety tips for children. And this is going to be an interactive section because children and young people are the targets when it comes to um, the tech space or the tech ecosystem. So how do we keep young people safe? So that is the next question we are going to be answering now. And before I kickstart, I just want to talk about the five things we are going to be considering in this discussion. And as you can see on the screen, sharp, alert, secure, kind, and brave. So, in as you all know, some few days ago, we celebrated the International Safer Internet Day with children around the world, and this event is specifically for children and adults who don't know anything about internet safety. And yeah, so I wanted to talk about the first one, which is sharp. So as you can see on the screen, I don't know if it's tiny, but we'll make these resources or these slides available at the end of the event. So what does it mean to be sharp? So this my presentation is tailored to young people now, children especially. So what does it mean to be sharp? There are at least three points you need to bear in mind whenever you hear the word sharp. Now the first point is you have to be sharp when you're about to share sensitive information. And what do I mean by you have to be sharp when you're about to share sensitive information? You have to think very sharp before you click the post button. Ask yourself immediately, what I'm about to click now, is it something that will expose me? Is it something that if let's after 10 years, will I still feel comfortable looking at the post I made? So thinking sharp before posting or before commenting or before liking anything will help you a lot not to enter trouble now and in the future. So that's the meaning of that word, thinking sharp. And next one is you have to be very thoughtful when you are to share sensitive information with some certain people. As you know, the online space is not a safe space anymore, and that's the reason why Safer Internet Day is always around the corner to ensure that the internet is safe for everyone, especially young people. And according to statistics shows that so many young people are entering between the ages of 12 to 19 are entering the social media every day. There are thousands of them that are entering the social media. They are signing up new every day. So how do we keep these young people safe from this environment? Just like I said earlier, you have to be sharp. Before you click, before you post, before you do anything on the internet, make sure you think very sharp about the consequences of anything you're doing in the internet. The next tip is being alert. What does it mean to be alert? Um, it's very simple. You should know how to tell the difference between what is real and what is fake. Young people are always the target when it comes to internet frauding and all the rest of them because they are not experienced to the tech world. So for instance, I do get people come to me telling me, hey, on Facebook, a certain company or a certain individual sent me a message and a person told me to answer just three questions, then I'll be eligible to win an iPhone or eligible to win a laptop or whatever. And I answered it, and then the person said yes, that I'm eligible now, and that I should share my house address so that he could forward or send the package to him. These are scamming, like these are scammers all over the internet. So we need to be very, very careful, young ones that are watching this video, that are watching us live. So you need to be very, very careful before you even chat with someone you don't know. And it's very, very advisable to always, and I repeat, it is very advisable to always make friends with people you know physically. Young ones, please take note. Make sure you have friends on social media you know physically. Remember, all that glitters are not gold. So another thing is you have to be alert when it comes to understanding fishy websites. In the tech niche, that was around 2 years ago. Um, that was the first time I had the word fishy website. So what is a fishy website, you may ask? A fishy website is just a website, a photocopied website. Let me put it that way. A photocopied website that is there to steal your information. For example, if you could remember vividly, around last year, or yeah, that was last year when Facebook was down, WhatsApp was down. A lot of people we are running helter scatter because of the online business and so on and so forth. And then most scammers seize that opportunity to bring out a photocopy of Facebook. They brought it out. They said, okay, Facebook is not working. Try this one. They send you a link, and boom, once you click on it, there is no difference between the real Facebook and the photocopied Facebook. And then it asks them to sign up, like to log into their account details. And what happened? Those that logged into their account details, the website cloned their login details, and that is how they got hacked. This thing you hear of they hack my account, they hack my account. It is not possible. They can't hack your account because Facebook is encrypted. Some part of Facebook is encrypted, and mostly Facebook is is very strong, right? Like they have one of the highest strong internet security. So you can't hack into Facebook to hack your personal account because Facebook does not share your login details to any third party, right? So what happens with hacking is that you are the one that gives scammers your information, your login details, um, on social media. So they may send a link. Now, what's prevalent these days is they will send a link on the internet, and the picture they'll put or the picture you see will look very, very attractive, like a very attractive. That they'll tell you, hey, look at what happened, or that this boy, this is what happened to this boy, or this is what happened to this girl, or they find one very strong title, like very strong title that they know that yeah, you'll be interested to read what happened to a boy or what happened to this girl, what you know, they want to spark that curiosity in you to click on that link. And once you click on it, it tells you, hey, before you watch this video or before you read this article, you have to log into Facebook, right? So that logging into Facebook is a what? Is a fishy website. So a fishy website simply is a photocopy of a website that is fake. So how do you know fishy website? That is the next question. Because there are lots and lots of fishy websites in the internet. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, almost all the whole social media has a photocopy that is being produced by scammers. So how do you yourself stay safe? Be alert to all these internet fraudsters. How do you know a fishy website? It's very simple. The URL is what you have to check. Facebook URL, you should know about it by now, is facebook.com. That is the official URL. A fishy website may have facebook.com.pi or Facebook, and then they put double O, triple O, I mean, facebook.com, like FACABOOOK.com, right? There is just a slight difference. You will never know, like, you will never know. There's just a slight difference within the URL. So instead of www.facebook.com, it might be www.facebook.us or facebook.xyz or facebook. Any other URL, right? But it's almost similar to the original one. So that is what you have to look out for. Always check the URL before you click on any website. Very, very important. And the next thing to know fishy website is if they are asking for your login details, right? Please double check the website. There's a small padlock that's always on the website that shows that the website is secured. So whenever you open your phone and you click on a website and they tell you and your phone warns you this website is not secure, please be very, very mindful. Be very, very mindful of that website. The next one is also know that it is very, very important to report any suspicious link on the internet. So if you notice a link that is fishy, do very well to report to it could be Facebook. If you find a link on Facebook, report it to Facebook. If you find it on Instagram, report it to Instagram, right? Try to report that URL and block that person or whoever that sent it to you immediately. And the next one is being secure. So how do you secure yourself online, young ones? Remember, you are the primary target of internet fraudsters because you are new to this tech space. You are new to the tech ecosystem, so you have to secure yourself. And one of the tips I personally recommend is that you don't have to share your sensitive information with anybody you don't know or you don't trust apart from your family members. Take responsibility for protecting your important information. Do not share the name of your school. Please take note, young ones. Do not tell people the name of your primary school or your secondary school or wherever you attend school. Do not share the your house address. Maybe you're taking a picture and there is a number behind you. Please do not post such information on the internet. Always be mindful of looking at a picture you are posting online. Check the picture you want to post online, if possible, up to 10 times before you publish. Make sure there are no identifying mark on that picture. What I mean by identifying mark, I give an example like a house address. Because if you do that, the internet fraudsters could use that against you. And definitely you wouldn't like that. Another way to be secure online is creating a unique and memorable password. Please take note, unique and memorable password. So what does that mean? Make sure you don't create my password is 1234567 8 and then you stop, or my password is 222555888. No, don't create a serial number, mix it up. You can just go to websites that we will recommend. I will send out an email after this webinar. We will send out an email to you showing you a website that you can generate a unique password, or you can create one your own, like you can create one for yourself. All you have to do is make sure that you flip your password, use capital letters, that's upper cases, lower cases, use numbers and symbols. Do you even know that giving space, like just giving space is a password, like is a password, yes. So you could, tweak some certain things, right? Make it very unique so that it will be very difficult to guess. And I do recommend again that if possible, use your local dialect, right, as your password. There is a word, maybe your local dialect that you can use and maybe change it to uppercase, lowercase, and add some other symbols. By doing that, it is not an English word. It will be very difficult for scammers to get hold of your website, to get hold of you, right? And very, very, very important, you have to make sure that you create a strong password, as I said earlier, by using combination of characters, letters, and symbol. Make sure you memorize it. I've seen a lot of people that have created a unique password and they come back to say, oh, I have forgotten my password. Tomorrow they create another one, right? So that's why I use the word memorable. Make sure you use something you can memorize. And if possible, don't use one password for all your accounts. If possible, cram at least 3 unique passwords that you could use maybe for your Facebook or Instagram or any other personal thing you're doing out there online. The next one you have to do is being kind online. In a world full of uncertainties, kind is the old normal. What is the new normal is hate. And if you are very popular with the trend, there are words they use violence and so on and so forth online, hate speech. That is what has fooled the internet. So how do you secure yourself, or how do you stand out different from the crowd? One of the ethics of using the online space is being kind. Respect each other. Use the internet to respect and promote diversity. Now, another thing I want to point out here, if you look at this slide, the second point, it says block mean spirited or inappropriate behavior. any word, maybe you post a picture, someone commented bad on it, don't think twice, block the person. It's as simple as that. And the next one is, if you find someone being bullied online, speak up. Tell your parents, tell a responsible adult, and equally report. Take a screenshot, report such situations to, um, if you are using Facebook, if you find that Facebook, report it to Facebook or any other social media handles that you find such online bullying occurring. So make sure that you are very attentive to what's happening around you. The final one is being brave. What does it mean to be brave online? Does it mean you have to go and carry your knife, do press up, warm up, and you're ready to be like you are brave online? Is that what it means? No, 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 not at all. So what it means is very simple. Being brave online simply means that you speak up when you notice inappropriate behavior. There are a lot of people, they'll come, they'll tell you, hey, okay, can you send me a picture of yourself? Can you do this for me? Like someone could tell you, can you take a picture of yourself, maybe when early in the morning, or when your parents are not around, or they just talk something that's unreasonable, right? That's unreasonable, I mean to say. Or they just ask some sensitive information you feel uncomfortable with. What do? Report the person to your parents. Very, very important. Speak up, tell people about the situation, and not only that, make sure that you report such comments to Facebook or any other social media you are using. The reason why I'm using the word Facebook is because, according to statistics, a lot of young people are using Facebook. In fact, the ratio is 2 to 3, right? That's sorry, 2 to 3, 2 to 3. Like 2% of young people are on Facebook. Children and young people are on Facebook. So it's only like 1% are another um, social media like Instagram, TikTok, and so on. Even though TikTok is also coming up, yeah. But we just want to tell you all everything we are talking about today is across all social media platforms. So it does not matter if you are from if you are using Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or any social media. Social media is social media, right? So being brave online simply means you stand up when you see something that you're uncomfortable with. You have to report when you witness being treated, or when you witness people being treated poorly online. You notice maybe your classmate or someone the person is being attacked in the comment section. What I mean by attacked is maybe the person receives some bad words like, look at you, such an ugly thing, we hate you, somewhat. I don't use some of those words in the online during this live stream, right? But you should understand some of the inappropriate words, right, that people use online. So when you see such thing happen, don't just smile, don't just skim over it. Report such things to the social media providers. And now that is the 5 things you have to do. Being sharp. We've talked about being sharp. Being sharp simply means think before you post. Don't think before you comment on somebody's post. Think before you even like the person's post. It is not everything that you see you like. It is not every time you have to post or something. It is okay not to even post for an entire year, right? Instead of you to post and enter into trouble. Being alert simply means you have to understand the type of website you are using. Is it a fishy website? Is it a website that could clone your information? And that's the most important thing. Some of you that are downloading cartoon, what do you call it, Tune Me app or whatever, you put your picture there, the cartoon you. Have you read their privacy policy? Do you know if they share your pictures with third parties? These are some of the questions you need to ask yourself before venturing into such website or before using such website. Always make sure that you stay secure. We discussed the meaning of the word secure. That means taking responsibility in protecting yourself. Don't share sensitive informations. Don't share your home address. If someone asks you where are you living, be don't tell them exactly where you're living. You could say you're from Africa, right? Or you're from Ghana, you're from Rwanda, you're from Nigeria, right? Someone you don't know to ask you where you live. Just tell the person you're from a certain country, and then the person could ask you, okay, where exactly? You could tell the person, okay, I'm living in the northern part of my so country, or I'm living in the southeastern part of so country. So don't share a particular state or city. It's very, very important. And before you do anything, before you answer such sensitive information, I do recommend you ask your parents, ask responsible adults more um, more tips on how to respond to such messages online. It's very, very important. And we talk about being kind. Being kind simply means you have to stand up for what is right. If you see someone being bullied online, speak up. Don't keep it to yourself. And also being brave are also the same thing. Speaking up when you see something that's not good. Now you may ask what's the difference between being kind online and being brave. Being kind means you take the initiative to comment on people's posts. For example, someone made let's say photo out a picture, one of your friends publish a picture, and if it doesn't look beautiful, let's just say you like by default it's not beautiful, for example. Do you go ahead to start shouting, using abusive words or commenting bad of the person? No is the answer. You have to comment something positive. Be agent of change. Be an agent of change. Um, and being brave simply means if you find someone else committing bad, report the person, block the person, and make sure that the individual that is poorly treated online is safe. So this is where I will end for today. But before I end my discussion, I would like to leave with these few words. It is true that TikTok has taken over the internet now. A lot of people, a lot of young ones are taking off challenges, posting videos of themselves online, dancing and merriment. They called it the new normal. Please take note, it is not the new normal. It is the new hell. Sorry, I use the word the new hell, but that's reality. Because you may not understand why I use that word, but in the future, I'm very confident that you understand the reason. Do not follow the crowd. All these people dancing naked online, doing things that are inappropriate online. You are seeing them. Some of them have even gone to modify it on in the name of comedy. Please, please take control of what you are doing. Do not join the crowd. Such ones will regret it later in life, and you don't want to be that victim that will join them in in their decadent course of debauchery. So please, please take note. It is not everything you see online you do. Before you post, before you do anything online as a young person, ask questions, ask questions. Because a person who asks questions never misses way. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Splenda, for the five life qualities that we should have and possess that will show that we are using effectively the internet. And I would like to also take this opportunity and thank each and everyone who attended the today's session. And by conclusion, I say that we should have like the qualities that will help us to use effectively the internet so as not to fall into troubles. So if there isn't any question, then we can close by here. And I would like to also thank those who attended, of course, and saying that it is our pleasure to be with you. And thank you to the speakers who gave us like good points and good direction of how we should use effectively the internet and how we should cooperate with the children and other young people to help them use safely the internet so that they wouldn't get into troubles of the scammers or any other damages that arise from the internet. So I thank you all for attending today's session and looking forward to meeting you in other sessions. It was Nicole from Rwanda who was your moderator, and I thank you very much. So it ends by here, unless someone has a question.